Matt Ellis joins us as always. A very good morning to you, Matt.
Good morning, Ewan. Good morning, everyone.
Still no real sport going on. So this morning we're taking a look at another classical moment through the biased eyes of Matt Ellis this morning, and a wonderful on this day for Don Bradman.
Yeah, I'm a massive Don Bradman fan, as most cricket tragics are. You grow up and you just salivate at the statistics of Don Bradman, and it seems his career has record statistics in so many different areas. And one of the things that he did well was start well in terms of his debut games. I think he got a 100 in his first debut grade game, 100 in his first Sheffield Shield game. Didn't fare so well in his first test match, making only 18 and 1. But on his first tour to England, he had the opportunity to play against Worcestershire and a double ton in his first innings on English soil, 236 for Australia against Worcestershire, and really setting the tone for what would be a really powerful time in Bradman's career.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was on this day.
That was on this day back in 1930. And we talked about Brian Lara recently, and there was a little period for him that was really good. Don Bradman, in terms of life events as well, this time of year was really special for him also. 2 years later, but on April 30, he married Jessie Menzies in Burwood in Sydney. And just an interesting little side fact to prove how biased I am, Burwood was where I actually took my wife for our first date.
Wow.
Back in 2005, we went and saw Racing Stripes at the outdoor cinema there, and as they say, the rest is history.
Because of it, was Burwood special to you because of the link to Don Bradman? I hope not.
Oh, well, it is now.
It is.
I would never admit that at the time, Ewan, but after 13 years of married bliss, I think I'm safe to let that out of the bag now.
Yeah, we've got a couple of short snippets of Donald Bradman's career. This moment is from 1932, so the year that Don married his partner in 1938, in April 1938. The Australian team had just arrived in England. And it caused a bit of a stir when Donald Bradman was bowled out by a 16-year-old boy.
Well, of course, there's only one big topic in sport at present, our Australian visitors. Soon after their arrival, the tourists have net practice at Lord's with quite a crowd watching. McCabe takes a knock. The vice-captain is one of the men we've got to get out. And that left arm of Fleetwood Smith's practices its googlies. Woodfull, the former captain, has come over to watch and hopes to see O'Reilly capturing English wickets. Attention is chiefly focused, of course, on Don Bradman. He's said to be in tip-top form, and all England wonders how he's to be dismissed at the tests. All England except 16-year-old Paul Brooks on the staff at Lord's. In this reconstruction of his now famous ball, we see how it can be done. Afterwards, he tells Movie Tone all about it.
What does it feel like to bowl out Don Bradman?
Well, naturally, I feel very excited over it. Not many people have bowled Mr. Bradman out in the nets.
No, I'd be pretty excited about it too. And whatever happened to talking like that on the radio?
It's a magnificent way to talk on the radio, Ewan, and I don't know why we don't do it more often.
So April the 30th. So once Donald Bradman got married and celebrated his anniversary, it seemed to spur on his game to a whole nother level anyway.
Yeah, on his 6th wedding anniversary, it was 258 for him against Worcestershire again. Poor old Worcestershire. They came up against Bradman in the first game of the tour, and he just piled on double centuries. A double century on his first visit there in 1930, 1934, 206 again against Worcester, and then 258 on his 6th wedding anniversary. But in Bradman's final tour of England, Worcestershire finally figured out how to calm Bradman down, and they restricted him to a measly 107.
Well, it always reminds me, whenever we talk about Donald Bradman, about the ABC postcode. If you ever want to send a letter to anybody who ever works at the ABC, our post office box, right around the country is exactly the same, 900 999.
9994.
9994. 9,994. Yeah, which is Don Bradman's batting average.
Yeah, a great little side note there, and a good way to educate people around Don Bradman's stats. Just incredible career, and just so many different things you could say about Don Bradman, but I thought this one would be a special one.
Yeah.
To commemorate his first trip to England.
Absolutely. Back to Burwood for your next wedding anniversary, Matt?
Oh, well, if Racing Stripes is on at the Outdoor Cinema, I'm a chance, I reckon.
I like those odds. Matt Ellis, lovely to catch up with you as always. Thank you so much for reminding us this morning of the great Donald Bradman.
Absolute pleasure, Ewan, and have a great weekend, everyone.
You too. Matt Ellis there with another classic moment in sporting history today, on this day. What it meant for the great Don Bradman. Here's another little bit, actually, that we've got from Donald Bradman. It's from his final year as a professional cricketer in the match where Bradman hit his first century for the season.
But the crowds await the central figure in the Goodwill Tour, veteran Don Bradman. 39 years old and once again supposedly in his last season of big cricket, Bradman remains this generation's number one batsman. In previous tours, Bradman began a fashion of double centuries at Worcester. This year, he has to be satisfied with a single one, a haymaking stroke giving him his first 100 of the season. Leading his team to an innings win, century maker Bradman remains Don the Great.